There's been obviously a lot happening.
Yep.
Coronavirus, COVID-19. So I just want to take a few minutes to just kind of let
Sure.
you all know Wellspring, what's happening. So
Yeah.
obviously with everything that happened as of this recording, Sunday and Monday, the president and the CDC kind of gave some new guidelines. Maybe explain that and what that means for us.
Sure. So on Sunday, the CDC said groups of 50 or more should not gather. And then on Monday, the president came out and suggested that all groups of 10 or more should not gather. So heeding that wisdom as a way to sort of honor our community and each other, we're actually going to just do online services this Sunday and then into the near future until something really shifts. Now, I just want to say really quickly, I think some people are like, wow, we should do church. And it's like, totally get it, right? If we were living in a dictatorship and they were telling us you cannot meet because we disallow religion, we would continue to meet. So this is not about fear. This is about, Jesus said, love your neighbor. This is a way for us to embody an ethic of love in our community. It is also a way for us as citizens to participate faithfully in our nation.
Yeah, because even though I think for many of us, we might feel like the virus isn't a threat to us, or maybe we're not worried about it, the virus is dangerous for some. And I think following the pattern of Jesus, we want to care for those who are at risk, and so to do our part, as hard as it is not to gather in person.
Totally. Which is a great sadness, I think, for us. Both of us have sort of mourned the loss of that, right? Because it is a beautiful thing to be together, and God created us as embodied creatures. And as embodied creatures, being together matters.
Yeah, and I think just to say, I really hope and pray that this absence of physically gathering together does stir a deeper hunger for you and for all of us to long for those times where we can be in person.
Totally.
Even though that can't happen now.
Yeah.
We want to have that hunger grow for sure.
Absolutely.
Maybe talk just a little bit to how this affects some of the other things, as far as we've talked about people who are struggling.
Yeah.
What can we do there? Giving, things like that.
Yeah, so a couple of things, on every Sunday when you gather, right, we have a time when you say, hey, you want to connect? Fill out this form. Or, hey, do you need prayer? We have a team of people praying for you, and you can write your little requests, and there's a group of people that will pray. Well, if we're all meeting in homes, we won't have those little papers in the pews. So I just want to say this. If you have any prayer requests, Aaron is going to gather all of those. Aaron at wellspringchurchpg.org. Email him. He will gather those together, and we will send that out to our prayer team. We really want to be praying. Also want to say that usually on Sundays we say something like, hey, if you want to give out of your financial resources, please give into God's ministry here at Wellspring. In this season, if you are struggling financially, we set aside a certain amount of money to give externally, and then we also have a benevolence account. So if you're in high need in this season, we want to try and support you. If you are able to give to God's work at Wellspring, please continue to do so. You can do it online. You could also mail a check in, and we will be gathering those and putting them on the safe and sort of gathering them together. But please continue, if you are able, to support God's work here with your financial resources.
Yeah, for sure. And just know that we love you guys and are continuing to think and pray about how we can still connect, albeit not in the most ideal form, but digitally. Yeah. And so we're thinking and praying about ways we can do that, and we'll have more information this week on what that will look like.
Yeah.
Anything else that you wanted to add?
Yeah. Well, I just want to say really clearly, we are not canceling church. This is not canceling church. We are trying to creatively respond to a present crisis. And we're trying to figure out how to be the church in this season. It might look a little different, but Aaron and I, the elders and the leaders, we are trying to figure out the best way for all of us to go deeper with Jesus in this season. I was reminded this week, Aaron reminded me of this passage in 1 Thessalonians verse 17. Paul has been physically separated from the church in Thessalonica, and he writes this: "But since we were torn away from you, brothers, for a short time, in person, not in heart, we endeavored all the more eagerly with great desire to see you face to face." And that's our desire in this season. With Paul, we say, even if we can't be together in person, our heart is with you, and hopefully your hearts are with one another. And in this season, let's desire more and more to be with each other.
for sure. And so if you're watching this, listening to this, know that we love you. We're praying for you. Keep checking. If you're on the email list, we'll send email updates, social media. Stay connected there. And also, if the Lord puts someone on your heart to text or pray or give them a phone call, go ahead and do that. Be open to how God would lead you to still stay connected as much as possible in this time. So
yeah, to God be the glory. See you guys soon.